All right, everybody, this is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa, and I'm super glad that you guys are still with us. We're out here in the bush still. You're probably saying, when are they going to go back to Joburg? I've heard that before when I was in Cape Town. Somebody said, go back to Joburg. Another story, but it did happen. But right now, we're at another offering that we want to show you guys because there's a lot of options out here. We scale it down to what works for our people. So what I'm going to do is take you on the inside. This here is a tent where we're going to. It's a tented camp. So, and it's in Kruger. And a little bit later on, we're going to be going on a game drive. And of course, that's going to be amazing. I'm actually looking forward to it. We just ate a little lunch, so the food was really good. We really enjoyed that. So all I want you to do is just stay with us. And of course, make sure you subscribe, like this video so other people can get it, because y'all know how the YouTube algorithm is. So let's go for it. Welcome back to the Real South Africa. As you see, we are out doing some 5-star events and we want you here, so stay tuned. All right, guys, as you see, this is an actual tent, so if it rains, we will not get wet though. So let's go ahead and go inside. All right. Welcome to sunny South Africa. So this is the tent itself. It's pretty amazing. We got to make sure we keep the doors closed because, you know, we have critters running around. But this is the bed, pretty nice. They got extra blankets and everything under here. You got your tea station just in case you need tea. And of course, as we do here in the Real South Africa, it's 5 stars. So we do have air conditioning in our tents. So this is kind of how we do it. So if you come this way, you'll see that there's a place to put all your valuables, all your stuff, everything that you need. Of course, a place where you can, then they got his and hers, his and hers. So this one would be mine because me and Tasha got a deal. I get the one on the right, she always get the one on the left. That's how that goes. And then of course, you got one of these beautiful tubs with everything that you need. Here, obviously you got your lotions, you got your soaps, you got your towels, and so forth. So you really can't beat that. So we really want you guys to have a 5-star experience. You heard me say it before, no need to come this far and not have a 5-star experience here in the Republic of South Africa. Of course, we got the showers over here. And then of course we got the bath, the toilet and everything there. But that's only the beginning. So as we come around, let me close this door because I don't want nobody to follow behind me, if you know what I mean. Y'all ready? All right. So then we go out here, and now we're outside. We're several feet up. I think we're roughly about 30 feet up on some stilts and whatnot, but this is what it looks like. So you can come out here during the evening, chill out, relax. You won't have any problems. You can listen to the animals. They're out there doing what they do. It's absolutely amazing. If you never had this experience before, you need to have it simply because you're being part of the nature that we have out here. So, for example, if I can come over here, come out my room. Air conditioner's on, by the way. I can sit in my couches, have me a couple of drinks right here, maybe some coffee in the morning. So it's absolutely amazing. So I would really like to know what you guys think of what we're doing. We would like to know how we are assisting the diaspora and acquainting them with some of the offerings that we do have here in South Africa. Now, again, we are always talking South Africa, but if you, especially those in the diaspora that's saying, you know what, I'm really just, about Africa, come to Africa. Regardless of what you're doing, no matter what city you're in, no matter what you got going on, once you come to Africa, everything is going to change. And so we just happen to be in South Africa, so we have access to the things here. We got a really nice website that will assist you in getting you where you want to go. You can actually set up a phone call with us. You can actually email us from the website. Everything tends to work. Everybody seems to like it, and many people before you have already came to South Africa with us. So, but this is pretty much it. So all I can say to you is welcome to sunny South Africa.
month old perhaps.
What are they to just run? All babies are the same, run for no reason at all.
Sorry?
The buffaloes.
Yeah.
They can, yes. They're actually very good swimmers as well. Sometimes you'll find them going good. That tiny baby is, one of the scar as well. So it's like a bloody patch.
Yeah, they're just
Tiny
hanging out.
babies lying all over. Oh,
I wonder who's in charge.
a very tiny baby lying down there, hiding. It's a very good season for the buffaloes by the looks of it.
That big boy over there laying down.
Yeah, nice big bull here behind the bush.
That's who's in charge.
He might be one of the dominant males around here. I don't see any other big males. This is like a small little cow.
He had to get out the way.
Why do you have to sit directly beside? Yeah, give me a little bit of space.
In the movie, he said, "Oh, just stay away."
Come sit right beside.
1 second to take.
They can see who's the more dominant ones when they walk toward each other. There's always be space. Even between the females, they have a hierarchy. Find the more dominant females and then less dominant females as well. Even if you find them grazing or start walking, right? Normally they have what we call the pathfinders. They walk in front and they will lead, and then all the most dominant females will walk in the front, and then the least dominant you are, then you will start training back. You'll get all the trampled through basically, and then you'll get all the bulls on the sides and all the ones trailing at the back.
How you be up front?
Yeah.
Alright guys, we have found a couple of elephants. These are kind of small, but there they are.
Albino elephant.
A what?
It's an albino elephant.
Okay.
How
If
can
you
you
look at
tell?
the tail and you look at the eyes,
Oh yeah.
it's much different. The whitish hair.
I'm getting pissed off.
Communicating with the rest, or maybe they got left behind. Seems like it's only the two of them here. See how she stops and listens now. Any response?
The ears are up too. We have found them. Dang, it just causing all kind of problems. We have found the elephants. Guys, this is cool. Then there's one behind me over there. And then the two that we found earlier are making their way this way, because I can see them way over there.
Everybody have a nice view?
Yeah.
I don't want you to get any closer.
What did you say, Ty?
I said, I don't want him to get any closer.
Why not? Ty, why not? It's close enough. You should be used to about it now.
Get a photo for you.
Yeah. I don't have. Yeah, they're coming on. See what to do there. Yeah. Yeah, and they're eating. They're eating. This is how you guys sound at the Golden Corral. Jeez, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, that's beautiful. So as you see, it gets kind of serious out here. They get hungry from time to time, and they gotta go to the Golden Corral, get something to eat. And this is it.
Not yet.
So hey, it is what it is. Right, Tasha?
Yes. I'm loving it.
Yeah. And there's one behind me. He don't know what he want to do. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's the baby.
Yeah. Good times. They're always showing their ass. It's crazy.
Pretty ass, right? Try if you want.
Yeah.
All look like females on top this side, even though the back. The male is in 1 year and the left. You can see how they eat all around the termite mound. So most nutritious grass, you'll normally find a termite mound, especially will be all overgrown because of the nutrition that they create from airing the soil coming from the bottom. So you can see how tall the grass is on the side, but on there it's very short.
Hey, buddy. What's going on?
You all know each zebra has a unique pattern. So you can actually name each individual if you have the time and the patience. Or if you want to be much easier, just take a barcode scanner and keep that.
Are they all chips with barcode?
No, they are not. No.
Oh. So there's no barcode.
There's no chips, no barcode, so we don't track them at all now. Then it looks like a barcode, basically.
Oh yeah.
You can if you want to.
What's that for them?
That some of them want to run in the Kentucky Derby. I'm faster than the horses. I gotta run from cheetahs. Alright guys, you guys have been following us on this adventure in the woods.
It's
right?
not the woods.
We're in the woods.
It's not the woods.
Yes, we are.
It's a park.
No,
The
we're,
bushveld.
The Bushveld.
I've been corrected. It's the woods in the Bushville. Yeah, but no, it's been pretty cool. It's been pretty cool.
We stopped for a little bit. We're going to show you guys in a second the truck and all of the accoutrements that come when you stop. They do like a little bit of a drive and you stop and you get snacks and good drinks. I'm talking like
because we need snacks.
gin. I'm talking like amarula. I'm
Yeah,
talking
we need
like
snacks. Matter of
vodka,
fact,
wine.
I'm bringing it to you now. I'm gonna bring it
He'll
to
show
you.
you the snacks.
These are the snacks you get when you go to the woods. These are the woods.
They call them woodland snacks.
Like it, yeah.
Here you go.
What
Woodland
can we offer you to drink?
woodland snacks.
Woodland snacks.
Yes.
So we've got wine, we've got whiskey, brandy, gin, vodka, amarula, some beers, some soft drinks.
I need some whiskey, I know that. That's for sure. And I'm gonna eat a couple of these
Yes.
while I'm here.
Some nice snacks there.
This is, what is this again?
Druivors.
Okay.
What
Y'all
he
heard him.
said. What he said.
So it's like dry sausage
Kan je
basically.
doen dan?
So like like biltong,
Doe dan.
just in the sausage form basically.
Ja.
So what can we offer you to drink?
Let me make you a whiskey
Whiskey?
and Coke.
Whiskey and Coke.
Ja, dat is voor mij hoor.
Yes, for you.
For you, a double? Normal Coke, Coke Zero?
Regular Coke.
Regular Coke. Alright. And for you, lemonade again? Bitter lemon?
I think I'm allergic to no Coke, no cheese.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
No, white. White wine? Alright.
This one.
Double.
One glass.
Yeah, one glass.
No, that's not a shot.
So,
That's a half shot. To the rim.
this is how we got out here.
You shorted me. That's
And if you notice, we have no cage or anything like that.
Next drink,
Totally
gotta
unnecessary.
make it proper.
Just saying, totally unnecessary.
For the leopard.
But this is how we get out here.
What are you doing?
I'm just saying. The people be wanting the cages.
Yes. Some water as well? Some wine? And for you?
Maybe shot of brandy.
Shot of brandy.
Okay.
Yeah, and
You're welcome, babe.
one ice.
An ice cube. Alright. Side. Just water for you?
Yes, please.
Alright, just get some still there.
You gotta go find some water.
Pretty much.
See, now day has turned into night, and we are cruising through the Kruger, looking for game. We have a guide up front with his own light, and he's tracking. I think we're tracking a leopard. A leopard. We will find him somehow, some way. There's always telltale signs, like urination patterns, poop You can barely see him, but he's out there. The leopard. I hear something over there. I hear something over there. Did you hear something? Yeah, we heard it. We saw it. I heard something over to the left. cheetah. A leopard, I'm so sorry. Now they look like a cheetah, but they're a leopard. And they're hard to find. So we are tracking one pretty good. He's going over there where the giraffe is, actually. He's over here somewhere. Yeah. There he is. There he is. Oh my God. Can I see him? Yeah, he's a big boy. So did you get it? Yeah, in front here. Oh, there he is. Oh, there's another one. Okay. He's going straight over there. Leopard. Alright guys, we're gonna see because we think we heard another one. So he's going directly to the other one. What you say, babe? Yeah. Yeah. There you go. I know you're not. I heard the same thing. You just cut across there. Yeah, you're gonna have to cross right there.
There he is.
Yeah, he's creeping across. I ain't trying to figure out how he's gonna cross. I'm getting across. ugly. I'm just ugly. Look at me. I'm walking away. And she's a female too. Oh, God. Super ugly. Yeah. Why you going here by my camp? There it is.
Backup like they did like earlier, and so this one probably just on the.
Yeah, he's just ugly. I'm just ugly. Look at me. I'm walking away. And she's a female too. Oh, God.
That's a female, yeah.
Super ugly.
Females are much bigger than the males.
Yeah. Why you going here by my camp? There it is. We have arrived. All right, guys, this is Mark and Latasha. We're still in the bush. Let me show you what the bush is looking like for us right now. So that's the bush, and we're at one of the 5-star game lodges that that we have here in South Africa. And we're about to eat breakfast, as you can see. Tasha has something pretty nice over there. I have no idea what it is, but
I've got baked beans, grilled tomatoes, hash browns, onions, and some yogurt. So very simple stuff, nothing fancy.
Yeah, and then of course they gave us some juice. And, I got something that's a little less fancy, which is French toast and some bacon. And what is that? A latte.
You got actually Amarula eggnog French toast. Like,
oh yeah.
That's impressive.
And like I said, these are the types of things that we want to bring to you guys and whatnot. But we've been really, really enjoying ourselves. It's pretty quiet because we were supposed to go on the game drive this morning, but we did not. We went last night. Keep in mind, game drives are different every time you go. We just decided to rest a little bit, sleep. Our cabin, as you guys have already seen, is pretty freaking nice. So we just enjoyed the cabin, the big bathtub, and we watched the monkeys running around as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool.
I'm only laughing because they were so loud this morning when they were walking on top of the tent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind, we're staying in a tent as well. I think I showed you guys that, but. And then later on, if you look way over there, I'm going to be by the pool. And then over there, I'm going to eat some lunch. So I got it all planned out.
Let me hit everything today.
Yeah, let me show you where we are. And this is under a thatched roof and so
Very
forth.
cool.
Yeah, and then of course all the chalets or the tents are over there. So it's pretty cool how they got it set up. And we really appreciate the attention to detail that they've been giving us since we've been here. Because Tasha likes certain things. She likes her almond milk. And yeah, but they
made it happen.
Yeah, fill out a form before we got here. They had it all ready to go. And that's what we'll do for you when you guys come here as well. We have it set up. So if you really want to relax, I don't think this is a location where you would be like, I need a bunch of activities, or even if you bring kids, maybe, I'm not sure. But if you're really looking to relax, kick back, we got Wi-Fi out here as well, of course, cell phone service. But it's really quiet, it's really nice. Met a few people along the way, you will. Yeah, so, and they set it up pretty good for you when you got a great wait staff, which is impressive. So, is there anything else you want to say, Tasha? Besides, you like your almond milk?
Rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub. Let's
Yep.
get some food in our bellies.
All right, guys, we'll see you here in sunny South Africa. All right, everybody, this is Mark Edward Blanton, and this is
Latasha Blanton
from the real South Africa, and we're so happy that you guys are tracking with us, following us, as I think we've noticed that there's been a seismic shift in the amount of people that are coming to the Republic of South Africa.
how am I supposed to add to that? Because that's all facts. There's lots of people coming. There's lots of people coming for the right reasons, which is always good. People coming to add value to the continent, coming to add value to their own lives, which I think is probably the biggest reason for why they're here.
Yeah, I think people are finding, obviously, I can say there's been it was like a small stream of people coming, and then now there's like a larger stream of people coming here, to South Africa to explore. I think a lot of people are interested in the culture here for sure. But let's talk about the flip side. The amount of South Africans that are interested in us Americans that are coming to South Africa. Let's talk about that.
You lost me. The South Africans that are interested in us coming.
Yeah, the people that we run into, the people that we meet. Like, for example, we're walking down the street, or we're in a mall, we're somewhere shopping, and somebody comes up to us and they say, hey, Mark, Tasha, sometimes we're together, sometimes we're separate, because he's shopping and I'm doing something completely different. And the first thing they do when they see me is where's Dr. Latasha? What did they say to you?
Where's Mark? Where's Mark? Where's Mr. Blanton? Where's Mr. Blanton? And most of what I experience, and I'm sure you can attest to it as well, is gratitude.
Yeah.
Gratitude for the way that we portray their country. Gratitude for how much we love this country.
Yeah.
And then also still some slight disbelief in the fact that there aren't more of us coming. So despite the fact that there's been a seismic shift, as Mark said, there's still a lot of South Africans that can say wholeheartedly that they've not met an African American.
Yeah. And, we're obviously not that different. For example, we're African Americans. We're actually out in the bush right now. We're actually out here in the terms of how we talk in the U.S. We're in the sticks. We in the sticks.
We are in the sticks.
We're in the woods. However, there's I just saw wildebeest just over there. There's probably a bunch of monkeys running around here, and so forth. And then obviously we saw buffalo. We saw a few other animals as well, doing their thing. Lots of elephants.
Beautiful elephants.
But look at where we are. I mean, we feel this is pretty beautiful. And obviously, black people here in South Africa like to go out and tour their own country. And I would say that we're welcome. Would you say that?
We're definitely welcome. I mean, we're welcome to the point to where they're excited when they see you. And I don't mean like low level excited. I mean like genuinely excited. They want to talk to you. They want to know more about you.
But tell them why.
Well,
since
I'm like you tell them why.
Okay, I will tell you why.
You explain it better than I do.
Yeah, I will tell you why. It's because, granted, we've been here roughly 5 years. We've been doing tourism primarily most of the time we've been here, and we've introduced, a plethora of Americans to South Africa ourselves through our company, itself, a lot. And then of course there were those that possibly didn't come through our company, but they came and they saw South Africa. A lot of them reached out to us. Obviously, we know that. Obviously, we can't reach back to everyone because there's a lot of people, and of course, we got to take care of our people that actually book through us. Simply because this only makes sense,
right?
When somebody books through us, we make sure everything is in order. So that takes a little bit of our time. So to kind of tear away to go meet somebody for a few hours isn't fair.
No, it's not fair, and it kind of disrupts a lot of what we've already put in place with people that have actually devoted their time to work with us. So we try to be mindful of that.
Yeah, but the biggest. So when we run into people in the streets, it's interesting. It's actually fun because sometimes people see us and they might not say a word, and that's fine. But then there are those that are excited to see us. But let's talk about those in the middle.
Okay.
When they just want to come up and say thank you. Thank you for representing our country to the rest of the world, because not just African Americans or black people see our channel. I think we get some of everybody who actually watch our channel. And we've had on both sides, let's just use that term, thank us, send us emails and say thank you for what you're doing. You're doing what our tourism bureau should be doing. Things along that line. We've heard it all. So and the biggest thing is that they are excited, right in the middle, about those African Americans that they see on our channel, that they're actually coming back to South Africa, or coming to South Africa for the first time and having the experience that they had, and then they feel like, okay, well, how can I come back? And then we work with them. They ultimately come back to South Africa, as far as the African continent is concerned. But the South Africans are floored.
Yeah.
That there's 54 countries to choose from,
and we chose.
Yeah, and they could stay in the United States.
True.
Yeah, because they have their idea of what the United States is, and I'm so sorry for those who are not outside the United States. I'm being honest with you, because people outside the United States see Americans in one big lens, and they think we're all getting the same shake, and those of us that are inside of America that don't get a chance to participate as we should be able to, we see it another way, and it's been generational. Let's just go with that. So when we meet, most of these South Africans are like, "Oh, I want to go to America," and then the Americans that we bring, they say, "Oh, you don't want to go there." Yeah, I want to come here. So it's been very interesting to see the exchange, and then I think it's very interesting to see so many of our people find their way back to South Africa, even if they just come as a tourist on their 4th, 5th, and 6th trip with us, because we're always exposing them to something else kind of like this as well. Number 2, what's the other thing that we do? Oh, then people are saying, I really want to, wonder what it's like to live there, and we expose them to that as well. We give them those opportunities. And then now we got people who are purchasing homes, don't purchase homes, been living here for an extended period of time, don't build homes, don't renovated homes to live in, and it's happening at a pretty good pitch. And that was only born because of the real estate tour. Well, I mean, we were doing it. People were coming before that, doing real estate. And then we did the real estate tour. What did that do?
We did the real estate tour. I'm going to back up for a second. But we did the real estate tour because it was becoming something that we were getting asked often, especially for our people that had been here one time with us before. They were coming back on their next visit asking about home buying. And eventually it got to the point to where people were skipping their first visit and asking specifically about home buying because they had seen some other people of ours that had came as a tourist before come back on a second visit and then start the whole home buying process. So what the real estate tour did and what this upcoming one will do is expose you to all of the right information. And I say right information because there's so many things that are similar to buying a home in South Africa that it is to buying a home in America, but their process here is a little bit there's some nuances that make it specific to South Africa.
Hell, the homes are different. Let's just go with that. But
yeah. So beyond the nuances, you're looking at the types of property that you're able to afford and able to actually get into. Even on an entry level, there are homes that are better than some of the ones you would be able to purchase back on that side. So a lot of people are finding value and the information and the exposure that they have to the real estate market as a whole. So the real estate tour actually exposed them to that, gave them options, gave them opportunities, and a lot of people capitalized on that opportunity that we put in front of them, and a lot of them did purchase. A lot of them have been back since November. A lot of them are on their way back if they're not already here. Some of them are coming back to finish the process as well. So it opened up a lot of doors for people, and we know that this second one, because it's in a much higher demand, which is why we're putting another one together, is going to open up more ideas and more opportunities for those that are thinking about doing it, because this one's going to be obviously better. You always get better. We always look for ways to improve. So this one's going to be something a little bit more special. We're proud of it already. Yeah. Even this early in the game, we're proud of what we were able to do before. But just knowing that we're able to do this and give people chances to change their life means a lot to me.
And it's funny you say that, because, I know if, like, you're probably sitting on the other side of the camera thinking about just the real estate and the real estate themselves, but the 30-something people, 35, 36, 38 people, somewhere there and about that came on the last tour, they have a shared experience, and they're friends. They made friends with people on this tour, and once the day was over, they got a chance to go hang out in the evening. They hung out together. People that ultimately they were like-minded. It wasn't like all the people from North Carolina hung out together and all the New York people hung out together and all the Texas people hung out together. It was just like
all the Cali people, all the Jersey people.
And they end up mixing with the South Africans because they were there. And every day we kept hearing all the stories about how good it was, how much fun they had, and thank you for actually putting it together, because they literally kind of just coming for the real estate, but they ultimately got more. And then of course, if you've seen some of the previous videos, we took them to a few other places. We took to another place where they got an outdoor experience very similar to this, and that was interesting, because we took them on a game drive. Most of them they went, but they was like, do we have to go? And I'm like, no, you don't have to go, but you can go. And so they got out there, and I'm in the front knowing what they're going to do. And they're all sitting behind me thinking, okay, I'm just sitting there, and I'm looking back in the vehicle, and they're on their phones, not paying attention until they saw the first giraffe.
Then they were like, ah!
And then they all stood up and was taking pictures and like, wow,
getting out the way, trying to take a selfie with it.
Like it's the first giraffe they're going to see, because they saw many more, and they saw elephants, they saw everything. We even saw a leopard, which is those are very rare, and that was during the day. So us who've been on game drives realize seeing a leopard during the day is kind of like seeing a ghost during the day. It just doesn't happen. But we saw it. So it was very interesting, and it opened up their eyes. And after a couple days, they were really in a situation where they was like dreading the fact that it was over, and the friends had to go in separate directions, because they all had different flights going different places into the United States. But they really had a good time. So the real estate tour does a really, really good thing. It brings people together, and I like the fact that it actually came together in South Africa. Period.
Because those people under normal circumstances would have never met each other, would have never built the bond that they built, and now they have a tie-in link, meaning that you actually have a shared experience here in South Africa, really bond you together. Because what we're finding for our people that are the first ones in their family to come, when you get back home, there's no one to talk to about your experience. There's no reference point. You spend a lot of time explaining things, over-explaining things, re-explaining things.
And they won't understand.
And they never get it. So a lot of even the things that we talk about, even in our videos, we do our best to explain it, but we always end it with the caveat. You need to come and see it and feel it for yourself, because it doesn't make sense. There's no reference point for South Africa. There's no reference point. So they were able to build that bond, have relationships, and because they still communicate, it's because this is their shared experience and they've got someone to talk to it about, because the trueness is that there's no one to talk to about it if they've never been.
Yeah. And the good part about the whole thing is that when we do what we do because we don't want anybody to have a bad experience. You know, we just not interested in people having a bad experience. And you can have a bad experience if you, I'm going to use a term that happens happens a lot here. You jump into an Uber and you have a bad experience with the Uber driver. I mean, that can just blow up your whole trip. Or you pick an Airbnb, and this is one of our most favorite. Oh, I went online and picked the Airbnb, and can we still do the rest of the tour with you guys? And we're like, no, because we got things set up for you, proper stuff, and we find that people, not all the time, but I know there's enough feedback to us to say, hey, if the Airbnb were proper, we would book them ourselves.
Yeah.
But we generally don't do that. We usually go with established locations that we have vetted ourselves, a place where I would stay, a place where Tasha would stay, and we actually, extend that to you. We extend it to you. So that's why we always, when people come and they do the Airbnb thing, there's a good majority of them, not all of them, but there's a good majority of like, oh, I got a cheap Airbnb, $30 a night, but I'm staying way out I'm staying every time I want to just go get a sandwich or go
whatever.
Anywhere. I gotta put my family on my significant others in this Airbnb that may or may not show up, and then I gotta whisk myself into town, and then I gotta figure out a way to get back.
Yeah,
and it gets to be just too much, especially when you're trying to feed yourselves and so forth. So that's why we kind of have you centrally located. No matter where we put you, if we put you in Cape Town, boom. We got you in Durban. Durban's a great city, by the way. Y'all been sleeping on Durban, but it's a great city. And then, of course, Johannesburg, which honestly, as far as South Africa was concerned, isn't considered a tourist city.
No.
It's not a tourist destination. It's a business destination. If you want to go do tourism stuff, then you go other places. But we've constructed it to where it's a tourist destination.
It absolutely is a tourist destination, especially if you're a tourist that's looking for a certain type of experience. I don't think you fly 9,000 miles to figure it out, which is one of the things that, when we talk about Ubers and Airbnbs, no disrespect to anybody that uses those, you do whatever you want. But you don't fly this far to figure it out. And that's why we do what we do, because it's cheaper in a lot of ways, time, energy, effort, to just know that it's done for you than to waste a lot of time in those 9,000 plus miles that you flew to figure it out. Because there's nothing worse than saying, oh, on tomorrow I want to go here, and you don't know how you're going to do it. But if you already know on tomorrow I'm going here, gives you a level of comfort that you don't even know you need or want until after it's been done for you.
Yeah, so that's basically our purpose. And if anything goes wrong, we obviously sort those things out for you. We have a reputation here, and with that good reputation, that extends to you, and so that makes your trip just a little bit more special. Now, coming to South Africa, listen, it's easy with us, very easy. Do you need a passport? Yes. Do you need to go get a visa prior to arrival? No. What else?
Do you need shots?
Yeah. No need for a shot.
No COVID test.
No COVID testing. None of that. We did a good job here with COVID. We passed flying colors. Nobody wears a mask. That is generally not a problem. Do you have access if something goes wrong, such as some medical condition? Yes. We have that available as well. I think pretty much everything is covered. The only thing that we're going to ask you to do is get your international flight. I could charge you more money. It's too easy. But I'm not going to do that. I don't want to charge you money that you don't need to pay. So we say, hey, get your own flights. You can find deals online. I think you use Google a lot, don't you? Google Flights or Google.
All of those.
Yeah.
I see who has the best anything. So that's why we leave that part up to you, because you might be able to find a better deal than we can. And I don't know what people's situations are. But when it comes to flights, people have American Express, they have points, they've got other types of cards. People have all sorts of situations that allow them to get cheaper flights than we ever could.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't do flights. But everything else, once you've done and finding the flight can sometimes be very taxing.
Yeah.
Why would you want to find the flight and do all the planning?
Yeah, it gets to be a bit much, especially if somebody on. Let me just give you just a tidbit, and I probably shouldn't say it, but you know, the American crowd that comes here isn't that large. We're not a large bank of people. So a lot of things, if you're from Europe, a lot of Europeans come here. A lot of Europeans have no problem coming to South Africa, zero, regardless of what they've heard, regardless of anything.
8 of them just left.
Yeah, they tend to find their way here, and they seem to be smiling, they seem to be happy, and they basking in the sun. You know, the same sun that's available to you. But what was I going to say? Oh, so they literally have no problem coming here, and we feel that it shouldn't be a problem for us. The only thing is that, you know, obviously they make their reservations and they say, oh, yeah, what's your address? Something, Stuttgart, Germany. Boom. They get a little extra treatment. Or it says somewhere, anywhere in Europe, and of course Australia and a few other locations. So it's very rare that they see somebody coming from the U.S. And so they honestly, I'm being honest with you, they don't know how to take us. Because most of the people, they only see us through television, so they don't know how to take us at all and whatnot, the good and the bad. You know, on TV, they showing us doing nefarious things. So here we are. So with that being said, but they all know the real South Africa. The good majority of everybody that we deal with knows exactly who we are, and so you get that same treatment as a person that's come from Stuttgart, Germany.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we work very hard for you to get that treatment.
Yeah.
Just know that you're welcomed to come to South Africa. It doesn't have to be a mystery. It doesn't have to be hard, and know that because you are welcomed, you should definitely come so that you can be a person that is treated well on a regular basis. Yeah,
and a lot of us don't even know what it feels like, and I hate to bring that part up because, you know, we see a lot of our guests and they're like, I've never been treated this well before in my life, you know, regardless of what walk of life they come from. Some people, and I'm being honest with you, they max out that payment plan. Let's just go with that. And then there's some people that say, you know what, I can pay it, no problem, and they pay it, and then we get sorted out. But there's no difference. They're the same.
When they get here, South Africans open up their hospitality book, and they start doing things for you that you're so used to doing for yourself that you don't even know how to take the nicety. Good example, mom and daughter combo here. I'm used to it now because I'll admit I'm a little bit spoiled living here. We travel somewhere, I call and I say, can someone come and get my bags? Now that may not be a very big deal to a lot of you. Some of you may already call someone to get your bags, but a lot of us come and we're used to dragging our own bags. We're used to taking them down to the front desk, but they were taking their own bags and the guy was like, what are you doing? They're like, oh no, we can get it. He's like, no. Yeah. I'm gonna take your bags. And they had to really stop themselves and accept this nicety because they're so used to doing things for themselves. Yeah. And every once in a while, if you can allow us the privilege to take care of you, sort of, so to speak, then the South Africans will also enjoy taking care of you because you do kind of need that every once in a while. You've worked your butt off. You deserve it. Just come and let someone take care of you for a little bit. Do the hard work of just getting the flight because that is difficult work, but then let us do the rest. Like, that's what we pride ourselves on. It's not that everything is perfect in South Africa, but you'll at least get. But that's another thing. What?
People, we take a lot of phone calls. So sometimes when people call, they don't get it, they have to leave a message, or they might send us an email, and they're looking for a perfect utopia. And you're only going to find that in Mpumalanga. No, I'm just playing. But no, you generally are not going to find a perfect scenario. If you turn on the news, or if you go to even the State Department website, it's literally going to basically say, yeah, don't go. And that's fine. You know, State Department, if that's who you're using to choose your travel arrangements with, then that's fine. I have no problem with it. Former government guy, I remember when I was flying, I was U.S. Secret Service for many years, and every time we jumped on a plane to go to a foreign country, you have to get a briefing, and it was always it was a State Department briefer, and just before the tailgate goes up, because we took military planes, C-17s, he would come and he would say, "Oh, worry about everything," and we'd be like, but we have traveled so much, you know, we like, yeah, okay, yeah, we got to get the briefing, we take it, then we get there, and then we use common sense when we get there, and everybody comes home alive, no problem. So what I'm trying to say to you is that it's not perfect here. They got their own issues, but I will promise you this: you will come here and you will be like, man, they can't be that many issues, because let me tell you something about South Africans and Africans and just in general, they usually overcome pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
Pretty freaking quickly. You know, if there's something going on, they're like, yeah, no problem. We're gonna take care of this. And not specifically for you, but that could be the case, but just as a society in general. And they tend to work it out pretty quickly. So by the time you know, it seems like the people that don't live here have more problems with what happens here than the people that are actually living here.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I'm one of the ones that live here. So when I hear stuff like, you know, hey, what about ... I'll be like, I live here.
I'm fine.
Yeah, nobody's stressing it. But it seems like the emails would come about, you know, they're sitting in their office somewhere and they're thinking about coming to South Africa, so they're getting these feeds coming in. And it's basically telling them, hey, did you hear that there was a town one town in South Africa that has only white people? Oh, I can't go there. But they go to every meeting they go to has nothing but white people.
Yeah.
They go pick up their kids and there's nothing but a bunch of white people at the school. They go to the basketball game or they go anywhere. They go to the mall and it's mostly white people. Everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But you come here and you hear about a town that it's not even near you. You're not going to visit.
Not even close.
And you're like, nah, I'm not going to go because there's just too many. And I'm just saying it. There's just too many white people. And I'm sitting here saying, wait a minute, I'm an American.
I am.
I spent a lot of time in America.
You did.
And I was always in the minority no matter where I went. And now no matter where I go, I'm always in the majority. And I'm going to say there's too many. Okay. You know, whatever it takes. So,
but whatever excuse you're going to come up with to not come, please don't let it be that one. Find another excuse. Or matter of fact, just tell the truth.
Yeah.
That will probably be much more lucrative for you if you just told the truth about why you don't want to visit.
But at the end of the day, like I said, I think between this one, and then of course we got a group of people working with us, because sometimes we got some of the drivers, some of our guides, and they're talking to our guests, and they're truth telling at this point, and you know, obviously they talk to us and whatnot. And some people fall on their sword and say, I had no intentions of coming to South Africa. This is not on my radar, but I'm here and I'm digging what I'm seeing. I'm digging what I'm feeling. And then it goes far right as people crying on your shoulder because they was like, I've been lied to. I've been busting my butt all my life, and I could have been here. To the people that are far left that would say, you know, they're still on the bougie line, and they thinking that, you know, hey, I'm from PG County, Prince George's County, and you know, South Africa ain't all that, and that's fine. We get everything, but primarily we get people that fall in love with SA, and we're just happy that we could actually bring it to you.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, and I'm going to tell you why. You know, many times we came back and forth. This is 2011, 2012, 2013. Y'all guys didn't hear about the real South Africa then. It's 2014, 2015. You guys didn't know about Mark and Tasha Blanton. 2017, 2018, we finally cleared ourselves and was able to come here. But we realized more than anything that coming here and having positive experiences here in South Africa wasn't hard to do. It was readily available.
Yeah.
And we would show up like all the time, enjoying ourselves. It was very difficult. Just like you hear in some of these other YouTubers videos that came through us, with just the majority of them, they cannot stop talking about the experience. They just cannot stop talking about it. And trust me, I get it. I get it. I still get those experiences, but obviously we're a little bit further, a little bit longer, in the tooth when it comes to being here in South Africa. We enjoy all the same things, but there's more.
There's always more. And I think that when you talk about them coming back, I live here, like you guys already know, but every single day you're still excited to be here. You heard Asha say in a previous video, she's just excited to be here. You heard Lenny say he's just excited to be here. You heard other people say that finally took the plunge and did the work to live here full time. It's just exciting to be here, and it's simply because South Africa to me is a drug, but it's a drug that never takes you away from your first high. And if you've ever experienced a euphoria of any kind, South Africa gives you that every day. Even if you live here, it still gives you that every day. So I'm excited about being here. I love living here. I love sharing South Africa with you guys. And it's simply because I do love it that much. I've never felt this about any place I've ever visited. I never felt this way about where I lived before. And we did a lot of great and wonderful things. We checked all the boxes, and our life should have been giving us the feeling that we have living here, but it did not. I only felt this when I was in South Africa, so it only made sense to me to be here full time. So that's my little spliff on that.
That's your soliloquy.
That's my soliloquy.
But and to add to what she was saying, so it's awesome for people for us personally, like people like wonder, well, what are they thinking? Because we've been called Harriet Tubman, I've been called Marcus Garvey, and I know the significance of those people.
Edward Garvey.
Yeah, stop it. But we've been told these things because I think people are trying to bestow on us how they feel, and we accept it. But just understand that in our quiet space, before we even started this company, we had another company, but we started this company as well. That our dream was to see these Americans getting off the plane, coming through customs, and coming through, the door of the return. I'm going to say that through to South Africa. And in my mind, I'm thinking about the phone call that we had with you guys, or maybe the emails and the trepidation about coming, or, hey, I know there's 6 of us coming, but we want to add 3 more, or there were 8 of us coming.
Now like 2.
Yeah, and it goes down, and the trepidation, about coming, but they actually came, and in my mind, I'm thinking they have no idea
what they're in for,
what they're going through. They have 0 idea. So I just sit back. And a lot of us are old enough to remember, was it Love Boat?
Oh my word!
A lot of us remember, and sometimes I feel like not Tattoo. Shut up.
I'm Tattoo.
No, shut up. She's not even Tattoo. I feel like Mr. Ward.
I like Tattoo.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah. Her.
I don't know his
name. I remember his last name. Yeah, I can't remember his real name, but he he knew what was going to happen, and sometimes I sit back and I'm like, I know what's going to happen to these people. And at the end, even in the show, they always get an opportunity to chat with them. And, and he just kind of grins. He's like, yeah, we put a lot of effort into what we do. That's basically what on not Love Boat. Did I say Love Boat?
Did you say, you meant to say Fantasy Island?
On Fantasy Island.
And I went straight with you. I was hooked on the sinker right there with you. Sorry.
But on Fantasy Island. And he literally was just like, I know. And so that's how I feel. So I know when you get back on that plane, when you're going, here's funny thing. If you was leaving Africa or leaving South Africa on any of these airlines and you're going anywhere else, you get your normal TSA type thing and you're done. But if you're going back to America, you have to go through the regular, through the regular metal detectors. They check you and whatnot. But then when you get to your gate, you got to go through an enhanced.
I was gonna say enhanced.
That's what they call it, an enhanced screening. You know, for America.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that to you, but I'm old enough to realize that you used to get out your car and walk your people down to the terminal.
Oh dang!
Yeah, you can walk them down to the plane where they get do the gangway to get on. I remember that. That was 100 years ago. You know, it was such a long time ago.
Don't date yourself again.
Yeah, but then again, people were smoking cigarettes too in the terminal.
They were.
So things were changing, and you had to put a quarter in that little machine
to do what?
To watch TV. If you want to watch TV and wait while you're playing, there's a lot of old heads out there. We know. We still cool though. But
I got nothing, guys. I got nothing.
Yeah, but that's how we feel, and we feel really good when we go to bed at night when somebody books a trip and when somebody's here, and then when they're going back to the U.S. because especially if they're coupled up or family, the conversations are on fire because we used to have those conversations. Man, what if we could just live there? What if we could just live there?
Man, what'd you think about today? Man, today was great. What do you think tomorrow's gonna be like? I don't know. I'm just basking in today.
Yeah. Like we was just like, well, how is it going to be to live there? And at the time, we didn't have any role models.
No.
That we could look at. There wasn't that many. As a matter of fact, from what I've been told, our YouTube channel was kind of like the first one that talked positively about South Africa. Because I remember when I started it, people were like, it was nothing but negative feedback on South Africa. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I've been coming here since 2010 World Cup, and I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm sure these things happen, but they don't happen where I go.
Right.
You know, and I never seen them. And I go a lot of places, like right now, to get here, we had to drive through a lot of South Africa to get here, from Johannesburg to Kruger. North Kruger, by the way, if you really want to know, they call it Greater Kruger. We passed through a lot of places, and again, never have a problem. It's different everywhere, just like in the United States. But keep in mind that South Africa, and I might have mentioned it, is twice the size of Texas, and we know how big Texas is.
Yeah,
I think it takes a whole day to drive across it.
Yeah,
it takes pretty much a whole day. Yeah. So this place is massive. So there's no shortage of space, but hopefully we will continue to have good feelings about South Africa. Talk to everybody that you know. Pass this information on. You know, obviously like and subscribe to this video. Make sure that you leave a comment so we can start a discussion. Sometimes it's between other people, but I think at the end of the day, I'm just going to say to you this: it's a grassroots movement. Nobody's not going to come to our assistance and say, "Hey, the government should get involved." Yeah, the government should get involved after the people have spoken. And if they can see that the people have spoken, that, maybe we should do something more for those African Americans that are coming, that want to spend more in Africa, and vice versa, or however it's supposed to go, we need to show up and show out and and show that we are committed and wanted to be part of this culture, which is on fire, by the way. It's ridiculous. We need to do that. We don't have any real rights to just bully our way, like most Americans would, into this culture. We just got to show and prove, just like all those Europeans that showed up. That's really all I'm saying. So you may disagree, and that's fine, but I just noticed that I see a lot of Europeans down here and enjoying Africa where you should be enjoying Africa.
It's here for you to enjoy as well. Yeah. It's not like they, I'm not gonna say they didn't hide it from you, because in a lot of ways they did hide it from you. But now that when you know better, you do better. And if you know better now, and you know that you have an opportunity to get here, and you know that you can, just do. Yeah. Just do, and don't worry about the others that are traveling, or even the others that are here. It's all here for you to enjoy, and there's no reason for you not to take advantage of it when it's literally right here.
Yeah, I was, as you were saying that, I was thinking that people hear me say, "Come here as a tourist, come here as a tourist," and they say, "I don't want to come as a tourist. I just want to move there." And I'm literally telling you, that's the first step. You come here as a tourist. You come and tour it. When before the president releases the money after a natural disaster, it may be required for him to fly down and tour it. Just even if he just flies over.
So, take a look.
Yeah, and just look out the window. Y'all remember George Bush and Katrina? He just looked real quick and said, "Okay,
ooh, I want to go down there."
Yeah. And then what did Kanye say? Anyway, let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
But then they released everything. So I'm saying, tourist is the root word. I mean, tour is the root word of tourist. Come and tour South Africa as a tourist. Mm-hmm. We did it for the longest. Not saying that your arc should be as long as ours, but you need to come see it for yourself. And all those ideas that you have, isn't the time to dump them on us and say, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to go, my kids to go to school here, I want to. No, I'm going to, honestly, all my answers are going to be the same. Come here as a tourist. Once you've come here as a tourist and you leave and you had those conversations, and if you compared your first conversation that y'all was having before you got here to after you've been here, you would see why I said come here as a tourist.
Yeah.
Completely different conversation, and you have a point of reference, you have a jump off point, you know what it feels like, and then you're motivated.
Yeah.
You're motivated to say, you know what, man, I just finished paying off that Toyota Tundra, and I don't want to leave it. You'd be like, man, forget that Toyota Tundra.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up one of these Toyotas over here when I get here.
Yeah.
Or you'll be willing to do what you need to do, because I hate to tell y'all guys, we left a lot of stuff behind. We sold it, by the way, so we took the monies, and then we did the smart thing. We sold all the stuff. We came here, enjoyed the interest rate, not interest rate, but the exchange rate, and bought better stuff when we got here. So that's why I got this shirt. I like these shirts. That's why I said Stuttgart, by the way. Those who are Porsche people know exactly what I'm talking about. Is Stuttgart's where, there's all these horses.
It's never ending when it comes to cars, guys. It's never ending. Never ending.
Yeah, and then, so that's why we say the things that we say. And I'm sorry this video went a little long, but there's a lot to say. But I would say, again, come here to South Africa with the real South Africa, and you will not be disappointed. What do you say?
Visit South Africa.
That's it. Peace.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks.